It's fine. It's fine.
It's not the finals.
So it's, let me see. So it's Chilla versus Get in the Basement. So Chilla versus Pat. So Pat is 1 win, 1 loss. Chilla is 3 losses, 1 win. So Chilla really wants to win this one. A little bit. A little bit.
How many of the actual teams?
How many of who, know what, and a half?
How many actual teams do they have, and how many subs do they have?
For who?
Radiant pick.
Who is?
So Ollie's a stand-in.
Radiant's pick.
Oh, is Ollie a stand-in? Yeah, so they have 1 stand-in. And yeah, there's 1 stand-in in the game, looks like. And there was 1 stand-in last game. I feel like the stand-in levels have been really good this tournament. We've got, alright, so another Windrunner. And then Axe. So they pick Dazzle, they pick Axe. Rude.
Instant counter pick.
Instant counter. Insta counter. Oh, I turned off the music and now I miss it. Yeah, well, that makes sense this time.
10 seconds
like,
to go.
last game it didn't make sense because Pat wasn't actually playing, but
5
now
seconds.
it makes sense. So they ban out the troll. Apparently somebody was watching last game. Oh, was it
Reserve
Moto's actually
time.
banning? Interesting. So yeah, he bans out Pet Centaur, which makes sense. And they ban out Mag and Husker? Alright. Okay. We've seen Mag do some work earlier on. First game today. Did quite a lot. And I mean, good hero. RP the entire team, pretty useful.
Dyer's ban.
Oreo stack, take my cookies and cream. I like it. Okay. And Baden, also one that we've seen today. But so far, really defensive supports. That kind of surprises me. They've gone for the uber
10
defensive
seconds to go.
uber defensive thing. I'm gonna be right
5
back.
seconds.
So jump up and grab something, even though we had a million hours of pause before
Reserve
this.
time.
Fan of the Broodmother, so someone been watching the Tinker game earlier.
Oh dear chat, I can't leave you alone for a moment. Welp. Okay, still no picks. I just did a couple bans.
Interesting ban for Zeus.
Yeah, against Moto. Moto plays a mean Zeus, especially now that you can have the core.
10 seconds to go.
And he can, yeah,
Dyer's pick.
pretty good on that hero. So I can see that. So they ban out actually 2 Moto heroes because Brood is a Moto hero as well. That respect though.
I still want to know quite how much health Zeus steals with his Axel.
Does it depend at all on the other team's magic resistance, or is it based on what is dealt before
10
resistance?
10 seconds to go.
I think it's based on damage done.
5 seconds.
So after magic resistance, okay. So I guess it
Reserve
depends.
time.
Oh my god. I shouldn't click on this. But I am anyway. Oh god. Oh god.
That's disturbing
That's...
on so many levels.
Uh, uh, um... Someone made that. Someone spent a decent amount of time making this. I can't. I just can't. Literally cannot. You're a bear! Okay. So you can't ban out all of Moto's heroes is what he's saying? This has been a very Moto spotlighted draft. And they banned 2 of his heroes and they picked 1 of his heroes.
It still hasn't worked out whether the change to Ursa is a plus or a negative.
Well, it got absolutely destroyed by an Ursa yesterday, so I'm gonna say that it's good. I don't remember exactly what it is. It was a real rework on how
5 seconds.
A couple of things
Reserve
worked
time.
on him.
So I think he deals slightly less damage as a result, obviously build dependent, but obviously the 80% less damage is massive.
Alright. So AA Undying. That could be interesting.
10 seconds to go.
As well as Axe. You call him while you've got a tombstone down.
5 seconds.
You get a little bit of ice feed on them as well to just keep them all the way in there. Like that could be a pretty potent conversation combination. If they get the right calls off, comboed into the rest of their skills, and you've got a Wind Rudder as well, just doing some damage.
10
could be good.
10
could be.
seconds to go.
Oh fuck! I'm about to spill everything all over me.
5 seconds.
I'm fine. Don't even worry, guys. I'm not opening a container or something only to fail epically.
It's good that you don't have a weapon.
Yeah, pretty much. Also, I would have had to have put on non-pajama clothes.
You can cast on
Nah, not really. I have to at least put on, like, a proper shirt. Like, I could probably wear pajama pants, but...
So Ursa's going to have a tough time in this game, because there's a lot of slows, and a lot of things to control him.
Who is? Oh, Ursa. Yeah, potentially.
The tombstone zombies go through magic immunity, so even if he does have a BKB, he won't move that fast when the tombstone is down.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking... I mean, he will have Dazzle and Abaddon to sort of keep him going, keep him doing damage, but... I don't know. I'm feeling like so far Get in the Basement has a more active potential draft, a more aggressive potential draft, and a better overall team fight so far. I guess it kind of depends on last picks. Maybe Oreo pulls out something special. What would you like to see from Oreo now? Like, first off, what are we looking for? I mean, they've got Skywrath's got to be either Skywrath or Abaddon are the most likely semi-carry sort of their mid or offlaner type things. You could have an offlane Abaddon if you wanted. But it's looking. My guess is that they're gonna have a Skywrath mid. Is what I suspect it's gonna be, but we'll have to.
So it might be an Abaddon solo off.
Yeah, like that's a potential, but I feel like Skywrath mid is more likely. I'm not totally sure why. Although that said, if they did have the Skywrath be a support, they wouldn't have 2 incredibly defensive supports. A Storm Spear. Okay, so they go. So that's gonna be. Oh, and it'll be Ollie a Storm Spear. I feel like I've seen this before, and he did a good job. Oh, hey, Scriblin. And a Lena. So Pat Lena. You're gonna have Jack and Mac on the Undying. Right. Oh, Sarah Pie on the Devil. Yeah, that's right. That's what she plays. So that'll be interesting. Be interesting to see how they lane this. Be interesting to see if they find to pick the heroes.
An Octarine is incredibly powerful.
Yeah. This is true.
big nukes equals big health. So.
Alright, see you later, Turka. Good night, dude. I might be drinking juice directly from the carton. It might be a little bit difficult. Probably should have gotten a cup. Alright, so I will start introducing the teams then. So, playing for Pat's team, we have Seb on the AA, Kerr on the Windrunner, One Way Road will be playing the Axe, and that leaves Jackamek on the Undying and Pat on the Lena. And playing for Oreo, you wanna go ahead and introduce them?
Sure, so we got Chiller on the Skywrath Mage, Ollie with his Storm Spirit, which as you say, I've definitely seen before. Sarabai with her Classic Dazzle, Moto with his Favourite Repair, and then Apple Snort on the Abaddon.
I feel like we have a lot of Oreo's team are kind of on playing heroes that are very much in their comfort zone. Like I feel like they kind of know a bit what they're doing, except for maybe Chill at Skywrath. Haven't really seen. I don't feel like I've seen a lot of. Don't feel like I've seen an overwhelming amount of Apple Abba, but. What's happening?
Tactical pauses.
Tactical pauses. Tactical. Oh, Pat is fixing his internet, apparently.
Apparently the sky was a random.
Oh, that's what they're saying. I feel like that makes sense, because I didn't really get where that sky was coming from. Alright, here we are.
Thanks.
Underway. Oh, he'll be judging. Oh, I'll be judging. Japple says he's going to judge his storm. Fair enough. Alright, so now's the moment of truth. We see how they lane this. Well, in a bit. Let's do courier comp. So we've got a Red Paw versus a Shagbark. I think Shagbark wins. There we go. Alright, so the mango count. 3 versus none. There we go. Okay. Doing pet comp. Oh my god. I don't even like the pet. It's ugly. I don't like it.
It's just a little weird.
And it just kind of, I don't know. It like...
Battle will commence
Alright,
in
cool, Jacker. Thank you,
30
dude.
seconds.
It just kind of like...
Oreo definitely looking like they want this top rune.
Yeah, in position. There isn't actually a courier for it? Yeah, there is. It's right there. Whatever, guys.
It begins.
Whatever. Okay, so 1 rune for each team, most likely. Yep. And actually, Chill is going to be the first call almost immediately. That's an issue. That's an issue. I can hear Axe is annoyed with the pet following him around. Yeah. Okay. Alright, was he talking in? No, it was Xanther. Okay. Well, it won't happen again. So let's see. So Ollie's actually got 2 mangoes and 2 tangos. Interesting starting build. Also interesting that he's offlane rather than maybe do have the Sky mid, which is what I was thinking. And they've gone for the super defensive supports. But they'll be in this tri-lane supporting Moto, trying to get him to have as much farm as possible. But that's kind of difficult with already, yeah. It's a try versus try, and especially with Abaddon sort of gone back and pulling might be,
Denied.
Yeah, there is a gamble this game. There should be. I set one up, and it doesn't appear to say that it's having issue.
Do the wave.
Oh, it didn't. For some reason,
No
Eatbot
way.
didn't here. Yeah, that should trigger it. I don't know why it didn't before. There you go. Did it now. I know it did before. I'm just imagining things. I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, so they get the shackle on Apple Store and so much damage. So that chilling touch in a tri lane, especially when you've got a Windrunner and Undying to reduce their strike. Like, this is a killing lane up top. This is a dirty, rotten killing lane, and they've put a lot of eggs into their Moto getting farmed basket. So that's got to be pretty worrying for Oreo at the moment. I feel like, if anything, they kind of need Cerebi to be... Well, what they probably wanted is for the axe to be, to, like, try and cut creeps so that they could do the healing him
Double
thing,
damage.
where you heal the creeps and it does lots of damage because he's surrounded himself intentionally with lots of your units. Let's see.
Yeah, so a lot of burst damage on the top.
Yeah.
Supposedly once the sports get a couple of levels, it doesn't matter so much.
Yeah. Moto's just gonna go to the side here and I'll make a shield on him. That's handy. Just gonna try and catch up with this double stack. Yeah, lots of heal, lots of protection to kind of avoid that. And how's this going down here? So it's a Storm versus Axe lane. Stormy's winning, but not by much. He's about to get called, and he's actually doing a lot of damage. But I think he actually gets it. He has a bottle up as well, so he needs... Oh! If he had actually remnanted before that last hit, he probably would have gotten the kill. But one-way road, though. Down to one tango, but he'll get his tranquils. So that's kind of constant. Ooh, smoke gank. On the way. Jackermack and Pat. I'm gonna come around. They're standing right on top of a dire ward, but it doesn't matter because smoke could item. Alright. They are ready. They are so ready.
It's going to work though. Just a little thing.
No, he's forward. He's forward. They got it. They raise it. They get the chilling touch on him and the stun. He's super dead.
The ghastly Eerie will miss me not.
Chilla's sixth sense just a little bit, and it's a murder-suicide in the bot lane. Ollie, though, gets the kill first.
Dire's middle tower is
So
under
for
attack.
him, but it's the first kill for Oreo. That's something. And they're on the board.
Dire's middle tower is under siege.
But yeah, it was a really well executed gank. I didn't think they were about to get it, but
Dire's middle
That's what they
tower
did.
is being
Last
attacked.
moment, unfortunately, Triller just walked the wrong direction.
yeah. The very last moment. Like, their smoke was wearing out. They were starting to give up, you could tell. Alright, so how are we doing on last hits? Moto's actually... I mean, they're all pretty. All the cores... Oh, I'm missing one. Oh, Lena's a bit low, but she does have a kill in her lane. Let's see. No. Pat and Cerebi having their own private war, but in comes Moto, wants to help, but in comes Jacker as well. They don't manage to get the shackle on Moto, though, and he's got a shield. So nothing comes of it in the end. They just waste cooldown on Tombstone and the mana for it as well. So, well done by Oreo to kind of avoid that. Oreo really wanted, potentially, that kill on Pat as well. He was a bit out of position. There was a potential. Yeah, we've had a lot of try-v tries in the tournament so far, it feels like. And in it so far, who's actually... It's Kuro, obviously. He's farming this lane. And he's getting a lot out of it.
Yeah, so I think that the 6.48 update definitely said does something.
Yeah. Ollie might be in trouble down here. He's got his ultimate, though. He needs to get a bit more... No. He needed... All of that needed to happen just a little bit faster, it felt like. Maybe if he'd had... I don't know. He did have stick as well. And Axe had stick. It's a battle of the sticks.
Invisibility.
Moto meanwhile's got boots and 700 gold. You know, a lot of kills so far this game. 7 kills 6 minutes into the game. It's a stark contrast to, was it last game where we were like 6 minutes in and there was nothing? Oh, Chill is blowing up! The one-way road, however, might be in trouble as well. Yeah, zipping from Ollie.
And what?
Picks up. He doesn't actually get the kill, and he's about to get stunned as well.
Zip.
But he's fine. Turns out he's a storm spirit with mana. Turns out that's a pretty good way to be.
Dire's middle tower is being
This is kind of
attacked.
taking the heat off of Moto a little bit. Trying to catch him up, but he's not that far behind. But it's all pretty even, all farming pretty evenly, just ahead on kills.
Good enough for his mask if he wants to get straight mask.
Oh, Moto does? Yeah, you're right, he does. Oh, that's somebody else selected. I was like, no, he doesn't. That's not how numbers work. Alright, Pat coming in from the side. Might get caught out if he's not careful. No, Moto's gonna run away. I heard the bear screaming and I thought it was coming for Pat, but it was not his time. Shackle doesn't land, but oh, the right click and the soul rip do.
Of your disembowelment.
The winter of your disembowelment. Well then. Well then. So that's mana boots on Pat. Gonna be really helpful for their lane sustain. Both Undying and Woodrunner have great spells that are a little difficult to manage mana-wise in the beginning. So, alright, it looks like we've had some lane swap up. So Ollie has decided that actually he doesn't want to get called and killed anymore, so he's going to come in and be against the Luna in the mid lane. And Chilla is Sacrificial Lamb headed to the bot lane against an axe that can call and kill you at will. So I'm not sure about all that was meant to be about. He's trying to kill when we were in return, but doesn't get it off fast enough.
Your bowels.
Meanwhile, top lane, half shot into the dazzle.
So it looks
Dire's
like
top tower is being attacked.
Pat's getting a bit further ahead as it goes 10-2. We're headed up to 4K net worth, which wouldn't be
Dire's top
much
tower
later on
is
in the
under
game, but 8
siege.
minutes in, it's not insignificant. They're gonna get a lot of good damage on this tower too. They do have Glyph available.
Dire's top tower is under
And what's
attack.
Mojo doing? He does have that Morbid Mask you were talking about. All purchased up.
Double kill.
And meanwhile, Ollie, oh,
Dire's middle tower
Ollie gets a
is
double?
under siege.
that's shit
Radiant's
he
bottom
needed.
tower is under siege.
So Jackamat pops
structures
down
have been
his pops out his
fortified.
ultimate, but or pops out his
Dire's
zombie
middle
house,
tower
but
has
doesn't
been
expect.
destroyed.
No one expects a Storm Spirit. Chilla's in trouble though. Chilla, no.
Never to restore her.
I feel like instead of he kind of walked a little bit further this way to try and kill the zombie house, but he was never gonna get that done. He probably should have just sort of walked and hit and walked and hit and walked and hit and tried to get the zombies off of him. But he spent a long time sort of standing in the tomb, so I don't know if he wins there anyway, but maybe if he plays it slightly differently, he has a better chance. Oh, Shackle doesn't land. Kura's trying to get out. Gets hit by the mist coil. But in the end, everyone's fine. Because defensive supports are defensive.
Meanwhile, Sarah
Dire's bottom
Chop over.
tower is under attack.
Seraphi's gone mid. Yeah. Getting some of that sweet XP. Getting some of that sweet farm. Tower is down though, so it's not the safest place
Dire's
in the world
bottom
to be.
tower is being
Sub
attacked.
does a little bit of a drive-by, but isn't interested in murder. Alright. Chill and Sarabi are here.
Dire's bottom tower is
Ready
under
for...
attack.
Are they gonna do anything?
Just continue doing whatever it was you were doing.
Alright. Ollie zips forward. He's about to get called, I'd assume? No? No, it calls on cooldown. He must have missed it. That's why Ollie went in. Alright. Doing some damage, but it's just not enough to nuke him down. Yeah. Alright. How close is Sev to... So, he's about halfway, I think, to Azul's, if that's what he's going. I'm going to assume it is, but... Soul Ring on the Storm.
House down at top.
So, do you think... Yeah,
Dire's top tower
they're about
is
to
being
get this
attacked.
tower as well.
Dire has fortified its structures.
Pop the fort, but... Yeah. And Kura
Dire's
actually
top
gets it
tower
as
has
well.
been destroyed.
You know, he did say last game, Pat did say, hey, Kuro plays Windrunner, and I forget what the other one was plays Slark and Windrunner, and they didn't ban Slark or they didn't ban Windrunner. So,
Breaks.
Ha ha!
Meanwhile, Storm combo with
Dire's bottom tower is under
silence and the
siege.
ancient seal on the sky with Wrath. It's very powerful.
yeah, good
A lot of
combo.
magic damage.
Dire's bottom tower is
Indeed.
being attacked.
So what do you think Storm's going for? You think he's going to go for an Orchid too, or is he going to rush straight to
Radiant's middle
Bloodstone?
tower
Or...
is under siege.
I think he's got,
He
you
does
know, a
look
Soul
like
Ring
he's got
spells
Bottom
some
already,
tower
but...
is under attack. Bad news for
It
you
doesn't-
fans of
Okay.
towers out there. Dire's bottom tower
I
has
think he does have
fallen.
enough control to keep them under control for a bit. I would say though that some form of silence is probably going to be needed.
Mhm.
A lot of stuff that
Dire's
can
top
kill him off
tower
if
is
he's
under
not
siege.
careful.
Okay. Alright. The attempted
top
godlike
tower is
shackle
under
isn't,
attack.
isn't quite in range to latch. Oh,
Come to
we've got the blink call
Dire's top
online,
tower is under
but is it? Yeah, it is enough. He gets the dunk off, but not right before being pulled. Zip forward, one final last hit.
cut.
Gets it. Avenged. Sarabah, you are avenged. Meanwhile, top lane, bit of a dive.
Was moved to
Dire's
channel.
top
Oh,
tower
that's
is under
Shackle!
attack.
Shackle in the zombie house! Sev gets a double. Dragon Slave.
Best shackly.
Best Shackle EU.
Dire's top tower is being attacked.
Yeah, you get... I don't... Oh, the pet's dropping a bit low, but turns out you've got a zombie who's got a heal.
Triple homicide.
Actually keeps him alive.
It's not the heat. It's the
And Seth getting the
humiliation.
kill gives him a triple. He's swiftly coming back. He was slightly behind in CS in the beginning, but he's now 4-1. He's actually gone for phase. Yeah, he's gone for
Radiant's bottom
Eul's.
tower is
He's
being attacked.
getting reasonably close. How's Ollie doing? He's got an invis. He will pop. Sneak it around. Sneakity sneakity. Axe is here. Ollie will see him. Kind of decide if this is something he wants to go on. I don't think it is. He's gonna keep looking, and he finds Jackermack. Is this? Yeah, this is something he wants to go on. Does a max range pull. They're doing a lot of damage. Ollie just out of range of the call. Keeps him alive long enough to get the kill on the Undying. No one's fallen so far. One-way road. Trying to figure out who to chase. Decides on Apple. Doesn't have his ult up yet, so that's probably a good call. Oh! He calls and doesn't hit anyone. Gets sealed and brought down. Chilla in the end gets it with his Q, and that's 2 for nothing. So good initiation, good use of that invis rune, and meanwhile, Moto's headed to the rush. Moto and Ollie
Slowly.
killing the boss. They're working on it. They are working on it. So that's the first one of the game at 14 minutes. Maybe a little bit later than
Is mine.
potentially it could have been, but Moto didn't get as much out of his lane as he'd maybe hope. He's 0-3 at this point. He desperately needs to catch up a bit, and that is probably going to help him. Meanwhile, Sev gets the kill on...
Meanwhile, that is a very big you just instantly popped to the bottom one.
Oh, I didn't even see it.
Dire's
Oh,
top
did they give it
tower
to
is
Storm?
under
I don't know
siege.
why I thought that they'd given it
Radiant's
to...
middle tower is being
Moto.
attacked.
Funny, but Ollie's really close to, so he has decided to go Orchid. Doesn't quite have it yet though, and this is going to slow him down a little. Suddenly 3 heroes.
Fells you.
Axe call, good skill. I'm going to push the spot lane. Moto's here and Ab is here, but there's not a lot I feel they can do. Kuro needs a bit of mana. But after that, Moto didn't quite stand in range for a shackle, but it doesn't matter because there's a blink here, and there's the shackle, and the freeze, and the ult, and the dunk. He's dead several times over. It's 20-9 now here, 15 minutes in. Decisive advantage for Pat's team. They got a little bit of a... Oreo got a little bit of a comeback, but it's back up to 7,500. It's a decent... Oh! Call on Chilla. And Chilla, shackle on Chilla. And out comes the zombie house. And the ult. Sarabah is caught. That's 2. Sarabah... Oh, the grave's super early, and she's gonna die. One-way road misses the call, but it doesn't matter. Sev as well has run in, and...
Dire's
Oh,
bottom tower
Sev is actually
being
the
attacked.
only casualty so far for Radiant in this, so it ends up being 2 for 1. Oh no. They're actually 2 for 2. Potentially 2 for 3. Ollie zips forward and gets a kill on him. So that ends up actually being good. A double kill for Ollie is going to help him a lot. He's actually got enough for his Orchid now. Can maybe get a bit more control involved there. Yeah, 2 for 3. Really good for Oreo. 1,700. Gold 1,500 gold swing. They're going to pull it back a little bit. And they're certainly going to try. So I guess
The problem they so the problem now though for Oreo is they're really in trouble for where they can farm. So you've got the wards in the jungle already.
mhm.
Meaning they're basically sealed into their base in terms of area they can safely farm.
Yeah, I mean they've still got tier 3s on the map, or so 3 tier 2s on the map. There we go. But yeah, Moto's caught out. Yule's into stun, into ult, into one more auto. And he can do that anytime, but then again, Aldi can also do that anytime. He gets the silence on set, but it's not enough because the insta-call just destroys him. In comes, big ult from Pat, hits on 3, forces them to back out, and, oh god, another shackle. One-way road is here, he calls, he fails the dunk. Apple Snort, meanwhile, has got his ultimate, stays alive for a little bit longer, but they've lost 2. They didn't actually manage to get any return kills. Zombie House has dropped. They have to get out of here. Sarabai, I think, is going to pay the ultimate price. Gets caught in the call and the zombies. Doesn't even need to be dunked. So they lose 3 there in this kind of drawn out. And I think that comes down to what you were talking about. They don't have any more defensive wards that are a little bit further out, so they get a more warning, right? They've just got this one here. This, case of ward friends here. So Moto is just trying to farm. One-way road, still alive? Oh wow. Oh wow, and Moto's gonna die too? Oh, what a life!
Dire's middle tower.
I'm
is
amazed they
under
didn't get
siege.
the axe.
Skin of his teeth and
Absolutely by the skin of his teeth. It's not looking good for
Dire's
Oreo.
middle tower is being attacked.
It's looking rough. It's looking
Radiant's
rough.
bottom
What do you think
tower is
Oreo
being
needs to do
attacked.
then to try and
I
turn
don't
this
care
around?
either.
So I think they need to get one big team fight.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Because if they can then
Radiant's
push for a
bottom
couple of
tower
towers
is
off the
under
back of
siege.
that will slightly even up the game.
Mm-hmm. I
They just
mean,
need to gain their map control back really. I mean, Ollie needs map control in order to do well as a Storm.
yeah. I mean, we are 19 minutes in, and we're up, 12k net worth advantage for Pat's team, 10k XP. It's getting to be a more and more significant difference. And Moto's, there's been very little item progression on Moto so far. He's got phase boots and a morbid blast. That's it. All right, zip in from Ollie. He says the silence. Needs to get the pull off and the silence. Yeah, they get him. So quick and easy pull. I mean, they can keep doing that, right, until they think they're actually strong enough. If they can get some more aggressive wards up to actually be able to see better when they are alone. I mean,
Dire has
that's kind
fortified
of
structures.
on Undying. Shouldn't have been there,
Dire's top tower is under
Right.
siege.
with a storm in the
Dire's
game.
top tower
But
has fallen.
they lose a tier 2. One-way road. What's he gone into? So he's gone into Vanguard. Try and stay alive. Staying alive. Moto
Dire's
clearance and
middle tower is being
ancients. He's
attacked.
got 1400 gold. Do you think he's going blink? Do you think he's doing the blink thing, or maybe the shadow blade? Oh, he's about to get cut off, I'll tell you. No. Oh, they walk by him. You live this day, Motu. You live this day. They're like pinging him. They're like, I'm scared for your safety. Yeah, there are.
Dire's
They
top
really
tower is
believed
being
they had.
attacked.
So they placed this one, I think. And then somebody was like, no, they have one placed right there. You need to ward it. But turns out they didn't have him regardless. So they just kind of wasted both their sentries in that general area. Kuro's in behind enemy lines. I think he's made a mistake. I mean, he is really strong, but oh
Dire's
god.
middle tower is
He
under
believes on his
siege.
team, in his team. Nobody loses anything there, but he was way far forward.
Dire's
I feel like if you
middle tower
don't
is
kill him
under- Dire's middle
when he's
tower
surrounded
has
by your
fallen.
entire team, I feel like that's gotta be disheartening.
So I think that this is where the farm really shows up.
Mhm.
It's just really hard to kill. Someone shows that team.
Yeah, Jackanats heals have heals. Both his Soul Rip and his mech there been on point. That can be very much sort of saving graces as far as keeping his team alive.
Dire's bottom
But yeah,
tower is
they're
under
losing
attack.
more and more map control.
Yes.
Two
Oh,
tier
that was a
2s
great
down.
Mad Lib.
This third one
So
probably about
what's
to go pretty soon
happening
as they all
here?
sort of start gathering. Oh,
Get
blink
some.
into a call. He immediately regrets his decision though and will back out. Hey, Iron Cakes. And Chilla drops slow just from that. Oof. Dodged. Oh. Shackle doesn't land. They want to defend this tower. I'm not sure if they can though, but they really
Dire's bottom tower is
they're
under
gathered
siege.
up. It's gonna be a full 5v5 here. I think at this point,
Dire's
there's enough
middle
of
tower
a
is
enough
under
of oh, initial shackle, pretty big into a call. Moto gets graped, but he gets dunked anyway. Skywrath ult off the mark, doesn't actually hit anyone. They get Pat, but that's only one down so far. Ollie dropping fast, Chilla dropping fast too. That's 3 down, 4 down. Sarabai, only one left alive for a team. Doesn't get caught in the stun, but does get caught in the call.
Good shot, right?
And that's about it.
Full 5-man team, like.
Full 5-man team
Definitely.
fight.
Radiant's
looking
top
good for
tower
Oreo.
is under
No.
attack.
And they only lose one
Dire's
there
bottom
as well.
tower is being attacked.
I feel like maybe they just had to accept that that tower was down, but if they can't, if they can't fight
Dire's
there,
bottom tower is under attack.
can they fight? I mean, I guess they just gotta
Radiant's
wait for
top
Pat
tower
Steve
is under
to
siege.
hopefully make the mistake they made first game and just start
Dire's
diving
bottom
deep
tower
into
has
the
been
enemy team.
destroyed.
And
Radiant's top tower is being attacked.
Yeah, so was it 6.8?
Dire's
Looked
bottom
like
tower is
the
being
game
attacked.
has turned back into it's quite good to push towers early.
Yeah.
Gaining that advantage early again.
Well,
Dire's
I think it
bottom
just made
tower
it so
is
that
under
it's
attack.
less
So that's
of
something that's
it's
happening.
less difficult to it's a bit less difficult to it's a bit easier to not throw away an early lead, if that makes sense. Like you're not gonna get punished for an early lead the way that you do potentially, or you did potentially last patch. Alright, another Roshan, this time for Radiant, and there's absolutely nothing Oreo can do about this whatsoever.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
Immortality!
Alright. Yeah, so I feel like in the draft that drafting might have played a big part in this, right? They let through the hero that we just heard from Pat last game, that Kuro, is his hero. And they randomed this guy. I'm not sure why. But, oh, one-way road gets the dunk on him. So right now there's 5 up for Pat, 3 up for Oreo. Looks like they're going to be pushing this. Kuro's got a lot of gall, but
Just looked at the gold graph. Yeah.
it's getting worse and worse. And there's been at no point that it really felt like Oreo really had a chance. Like there haven't been any huge dips. There was a tiny one at one point, but no, it's pretty much just up and up and up and up. So the difference between them gets further and further.
Whoa, what'd I miss?
Dire's middle tower is being attacked. Dire's structures have been fortified.
Zap. Alright. I don't know what there is really that can stop them at this point from taking high ground. They've got the damage coming out
Dire's
from...
middle tower has been destroyed.
Pull on one-way road, but
Radiant's
Ollie's in
bottom
trouble.
tower is
Yeah,
down.
removed from the map by Sev. He's actually got an Ags now. Looks like he's going slowly for Bloodstone.
Radiant's bottom tower
Moto's
is
at full
under
health. He
siege.
wants to make a murder. He can't. He's dead. One-way road though, dead as well. They lost one.
Radiant's bottom tower is being attacked.
Yeah, no, it's
In
over.
case you weren't paying
Moto calls out the
attention,
GG.
Dire's middle barracks is being attacked.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower is
And there we have it. So we had one reasonably close game, I think,
Dyer's
today,
middle
and two
barracks
pretty
is under
stompy ones.
attack. Dyer's middle barracks
Definitely a
has fallen.
decisive victory for Pat's team. Decisive loss for Oreo. Let's see. And the throne blows up. So, who was MVP for that game, do you think? Who's your call on?
So, while I think Seb did a lot of the damage, some of the calls one way road got off. So there was a big 3-man call on that bottom tower, and a few other calls around the map.